we have a world that is very complex, because complexity certainly is what now defines our world. And that complexity is very difficult for everyday citizens to understand and unpack. And so to unpack that complexity is not possible if you're going to use the same metaphors that those who have created the complex world are using. And so those who have created the complex world are shaping character from the time someone is a child to the time they become an adult, so that they become part and parcel, of the world in the image of those who control it. And so anyone who would like to point out what's wrong with the world or what's wrong with people in that world must do something so monumental that can disrupt, that mainstream pattern. And therefore, if it doesn't disrupt, if it has no capacity for disruption, then it doesn't have capacity for changing the mindsets and the entrenched notions that are built up in every human being from the time they're children. So once a child is born, they are subjected to a curriculum in our secular education. And that curriculum shapes you to come out as a product that world wants to use for the whole time. And so I am suggesting that we need to begin shaping narratives of disruption. And those narratives of this disruption must then begin to explain the complexity and the complex world. And so in establishing this blog that I'm calling Disruption, I am inviting folks who have been educated and shaped in a particular way to unlearn what they have learned. And so unless you call it disruption, it's difficult for one to understand where you're coming from and where you're standing. And so in calling this disruption, I am pointing attention to the fact that unless we do something disruptive, the mainstream world and how it is managed and what it produces will be very difficult to confront. But it starts from narratives. Now, where I am talking to adults, I am really trying to climb a very steep mountain. If I had a chance to talk to children, if they are available to me, I may have some hope that because they are still young, as in Kiswahili wanasema, samaki mkunje, angali mbichi, then perhaps I would have more hope. That's why I have no hope but to stand on a platform of disruption.